Hi everyone. Welcome to the Beautiful Ashes show. We made it to the month of May. I am so excited. This is where we teach orphans faith. We give you hope and inspiration to be the best version of yourself so that you can be able to live out your purpose to the fullest and be a gift to the world. All right. So we made it to the month of May. Can you imagine? I am so excited. And just before we go on, I'd like for us to share the video, tell people about us, tell people we are on, invite them to join us on our live broadcast. And let me just do it, and then I'll ask you to do the same. Share. Tell people about what we are doing. I know I look very different today with the mask on, and it's because of the topic for today, peeling off our masks. And so as we go on our day-to-day lives, as we are growing up and everything, we actually develop different kind of masks because either we want to fit in or we want to be loved, because the greatest need that we always have as humans is to be loved, is to be accepted, is to be wanted, is to be needed, and all those kind of stuff. So in the process, we tend to acquire masks. If I want to fit in this place, we wear a different kind of mask. If we want to fit here, we wear a different kind of mask, which really gives us different layers. It gives us different layers as a person, for the people who we interact with, and ourselves as well. And deep down we know that really what we showed this person or what we showed this other person is not a true reflection of who we are. So our decisions, our day-to-day lives are basically informed by how well to be loved, our need to be wanted, our need to belong is informed. And so today I just wanted us to realize that these masks always affect us in a way, and the major part that it affects us is when it comes to our purpose, because we all have this purpose in our lives. We have dreams, we have visions, how our lives should look like, how our businesses would look like, how our families, our marriages would look like. But then you see, we need people to accomplish this with us. We need people to... I have never heard of a successful business person who does business by themselves. They're the customer, they're all those things together. I have never heard of someone in a successful and beautiful marriage that is married to themselves and is working. We all need people around us. And so basically most of the time we tend to miss out on these people because we have masks. And I would put it this way: if, for example, you're a business person and you want to go into business, you would need like investors. And most investors walk around looking for particular ideas that they're passionate about, that they may be able to invest in. And so if you have worn a mask, it's difficult for that investor to identify you. So they pass by. They just pass you, go to the next person, go to the next person. And this affects us because where we were supposed to go in 10 days, we end up going there like in a year, or we never even get to where we are going, because basically we have mask upon mask upon mask. So the people that we need to work with us end up passing us. So my challenge to you today would be, what are the masks that you're wearing that are affecting your purpose, are affecting your destiny, are making you not reach where you are supposed to go? Look for people who you are close to, who you can talk to, who can point out the masks in you, so that you can be able to remove all those masks and be able to live out your purpose to the fullest. All right? Okay, so as promised, this month we're going to tell real and authentic life stories, because sometimes we need that real example in our lives that we can be able to relate to and say, wow, that has given me inspiration, that has given me strength. And we move from step to step once we hear some stories, because they tend to convict us in different levels that we might not even really know. So for today, someone posted a challenge to me and said, you know what, I have a beautiful story to tell, but I always feel like you're a stranger to me. I always feel like, why should I come and tell you my story? Why should I come to Beautiful Ashes and say my story? Yet I do not know your story. And so they asked me to be both the host and the interviewee, so that you can actually know and relate to my story. They actually asked me to pull off my mask so that they can be able to know me. And so I obeyed. So today I am your host and the person that you are interviewing, all right? So just a minute, let me remove my mask. Ooh. Let's just fix the hair a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I have removed the mask and here I am. So they actually gave me some questions, which I would be very glad to answer today. And let's see how this goes, because I'll be the host as well as the interviewee. So they asked me to talk a little bit about growing up. And what I'd say about growing up is I grew up in a family of 3 girls and a mother. That our family was unique in that way. So it was very interesting growing up and very interesting being a different setup from all the kids around us, because now people will talk about my brother, my father, and I did not have that kind of testimony. So our family was a unique one. And then so when I was about 10 years old, my mom passed on. So it became even a different dynamic, because now we lived together as the 3 sisters for the longest time that I knew. So I'm the youngest of the 3. So and everyone was experiencing their own different stages of bereavement and mourning and everything. So it was just a mixture of emotions and all those kind of things. But above all else, we grew to be people who really know and understand what it feels like to be bereaved, what it feels like to be abandoned per se, So then maybe I can talk a little bit about teenagehood. And during those time, I think it was the time that I really put on lots of masks, because you're trying to figure out who you are yourself. You're trying to get over what has just happened. You're trying to catch up with your peers and all those kind of things. So teenagehood is where I tend to think I had the most emotional struggles as well as the most masks. Okay. So they also asked what my turning point was. I think my turning point was where I was at my lowest. I was tired of my lifestyle. I was tired of the type of attitudes I had. I was just tired of everything that was happening around me. I just felt like I was not amounting to anything good. Like I was not giving much. I was not loved enough. I was not, that place that you feel like you not being around. In fact, there's a time I even contemplated suicide. I remember very well. I was like, you know what, people can do without me. I'm better off gone than here. So the lowest point of my life was my turning point. And this is a season that really took me to a place that I needed to look deep within. I needed to look at myself and honestly face the giants that were affecting me, the giants that were within then. And God gifted me with different people. But at this point, I'd really like to shout out Apostle Sansta Peterson and Wanda Peterson. Thank you so much for so much love that you gave me during that season. And you give me up until today, because you pointed me out to who I was. You pointed me to the greatness that lied inside of me. You pointed me to the person that I would become. You pointed me to the importance of my life. Thank you so much. I am forever grateful, and I love you so much. Then, so during around this time is when I discovered my purpose as well. So as in an environment that really put me to a place where I discovered, oh, I can do this, I can't do this, I am not this. So that is when I actually really discovered my purpose in this world. And that's why I'm always on your timelines every Thursday, because I'm like, these things, I have walked that part of life. I have walked through the seasons of my life. So I know that if you are there and you're feeling like you don't amount to any good, I know that that is your turning point. That is the place that you should ask yourself, wow, I think this is marking a new beginning in my life. This is marking a new journey for me. So yeah, I have been at that place as well. And today I am on your timeline to point you to your turning point. If you're feeling like you're at that place, you're not important, that is when you should know that you are very important. And so yeah, those are basically the questions that was posed to me. I have tried being on both sides, but let's talk about this on the comments. Tell me where you're watching from, and tell me how this information affects life and the people around you, so that we can be able to move upwards together. Okay, so my parting shot, or rather my encouragement to us today, is to look deep within you with an honest eye. What is the mask that you're wearing today? What is the mask that you acquired along the way from your past, from various situations that happened in your life? What are those masks? And are you gonna shed them off because of your purpose? Just ask yourself if those masks are more important than where you're going, than your full potential. Ask yourself if they're even worth it, if they're even worth carrying around, because once you remove your masks is when you live your life to the fullness of your potential. You feel relief, you feel healthy, you feel more important. Because you see, unless I was ready to remove the masks that I had, I would never really discover my purpose. I would never discover the fullness of my potential. I would never know where I can go and where I can't. And unless I was willing to be helped by the people around me, I was not going to be able to even do them by myself. So if you have masks, reach out to people who are going to help you to shed them off. And please do not deny us your greatness, as I always say. Do not deny us your greatness, because you bring your uniqueness. Everything, you see, your vision and your purpose, your uniqueness, you bring it to the table. That is what you give us, because where you are weak, someone else is strong for that particular assignment. Where you are strong, someone else is weak. And that's how we live together as humans. Okay? All right. So please share this message across your platforms. Tell people about Beautiful Ashes show, that we are always here every Thursday at 2 p.m. Let them know what's going on, so that we can all be able to move upwards together. Okay? My name is Bernice Nissi, the face of hope and inspiration. Until next Thursday, see you guys. Goodbye.